Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to an opening bell report. Today is Monday, August the 14th, 2017. The time is about 2 minutes after 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The markets are open, and we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to discuss. All right, let's jump into the market data first, and then we're going to get in. We're going to touch on a lot of stuff. All right, here we go. First things first, looking at these markets. The first thing of note is we have a bearish two-bar Charlie on gold futures. All right, this is an alert. Bearish two-bar Charlie in gold futures. I did post that in the trading room. If you didn't get a chance to see it, I don't know if I tweeted it out or not. I think I will tweet it out now that I think about it. All right, I'll do it right now while I'm thinking about it. We have a bearish two-bar Charlie and gold futures. All right, for those of you who are Black Ops pirates, members of the trading room, you know what a two-bar Charlie is. By now, you should know good and well what a bullish two-bar Charlie is from a bearish two-bar Charlie. If you do not, and you have not done your homework, or maybe you're new to this, then you're going to want to check your trading room folders. There are several trading room folders. There's one where the sheets are put in, the daily sheets, and then there's one for files, such as information, manuals, tutorials, the trading courses in there, the study courses in there. All right, whether you purchased it or not, it's in there for the trading room folks. Okay. So if you guys never got a chance to get one, or it's in the trading room files, I snuck it in there for you. All right. So you got the study course in there. You got other tutorials and manuals in there. Then there's another folder, excuse me, called tutorials, and that's all the video tutorials about how to use the system. And I think I put in some other little goodies in there too. Then there's a another miscellaneous file folder, and in there's some goodies for you. The latest is on options trading, so I put in some goodies in there for you. And from time to time, I will be adding more goodies. Trust and believe when I say I have no limit on goodies. I have a lot of goodies for you guys, and I'm still in the process of writing another study course as well. So it's a lot going on my end. But I want to also give you the alert that if you haven't peeped it, I uploaded a an updated crypto sheet for you guys. Since cryptos trade 24/7 without a break, I don't have a choice but to go ahead and do one every day. All right, we're gonna have to do a sheet every day now, which means that the one that you get on Friday night obviously is gonna be good for Saturday. Um, and then on Saturday, I'm gonna have to upload one for excuse me, for Sunday. And Sunday I'll upload one for Monday. You know how we do. So basically, you'll be getting a crypto sheet every day. Of course, the main sheet comes out just through Monday through Friday, but the crypto sheet is going to have to go out every day. We do have 8 total now. We have 8 cryptos total now. Let's see if I can name them off my top of my head without looking at something. All right, we got Bitcoin, we got Litecoin, we got Ethereum, we got Veritasium, we got Steam, we got Dash, we got Ripple, and we got PIVX or PIVX, PIVX. I'm really trying to get some more. You guys gave me a list of ones you like to see, so I did put out a, uh, a note to the powers that be to see if there's possible that we can get the data on those from the various exchanges. So I'll let you know what I hear back. Hopefully the answer will be yes, and they can make it happen real quick, because the cryptos are a little bit different. There's a certain way and certain things that I need, and so far the ones that's on the list obviously are there because they have given me what I need. So we'll see what's up. But for the most part, the pulse waves that just like I've told you, the pulse waves are robust. They work on everything: forex, futures, commodity futures, stocks. Doesn't matter. Bonds, cryptos. Doesn't matter. If it's a tradable market, system will kill it. Speaking of killing it, if you were paying attention, if you look over here on the left-hand side of your screen, you will see GBTC is up $147.95 today. Anyone who's been following the pulse waves and trading GBTC, if you haven't looked, go ahead and open up your trading platform and look at your account, because there's a huge Christmas present in there for you. All right? And this is a bullish two-bar Charlie. Bullish two-bar Charlie alert in GBTC. Bullish two-bar Charlie alert. This thing is trading at $764. Let's take a look at the chart. But before we do that, let's backtrack. Look at gold. Bearish two-bar Charlie. This is a daily chart. You see what time it is. You see that blue momentum line. You know what this is. All right? You know what this is. All right? This is blood in the water. And this is enough for the central banks to come in and smash this. So gold is on alert right now on the daily chart. Weekly chart right here, not too much to worry about, but this daily chart is of concern for the bullish landscape. All right, so let's see what happens on that. All right, let's look at this GBTC. GBTC is moving in a very amazing way right now. We just created another gap. You can call it a breakaway gap for right now, but if we get another up bar like that, then it's a runaway gap, and it's probably going to keep breaking up. And based on this velocity and momentum, it's going to break $1,200 and probably keep running as long as Bitcoin keeps running. If this happens, we're looking at 2000 and was it 8 or was it 9? I forget the year now. Somewhere between 2008 and 2011. We're looking at pork bellies all over again. All right. For those of you who have watched my documentary, There Is No Collapse, and been following me for a while, you remember what I told you that summer where pork bellies went lock limit up every day for the entire summer. Lock limit up every day for the entire summer. And right at the end of the summer, it collapsed instantly. And it was crazy. And after that, the brokerages around the United States delisted it, if you will, per se. Not delisting like the CFTC delist something, but made it so that you can't trade it no more. All right, I used to love trading pork bellies. I used to make a killing trading pork bellies. But after that, everybody was like, no, forget that. We ain't having this no more. So they made it so you can't trade it. Now, when cotton went lock limit up, I think it was 2011, it kept locking limit all summer and went to $360 or something crazy like that, when it normally trades at like 60. They didn't say, oh, you can't trade cotton no more. They let that go. And then the price, self-corrected and did whatever. But they started looking like this. When you start breaking away like this and running, if we get a run here, that's going to be all she wrote, fellas. Now you got this gap to contend with, but it can still run. This just means that if it doesn't fill this soon, it's going to run until the end of the summer, and then it'll come back end of the summer, and boof. The rampage right here is strong. All right, you got an extended, elongated valley, but you got a mad ramp right there, and that's just what's happening. So this stock is up $145. Wow. Anybody following the post raise right now is trading this. I know you are rich. You are rich and you're loving life right now. That's the power of the post waves, people. All right, let's take a look and see what silver's doing. Like I said, I have a lot to get off my chest and discuss today, so let's just bear with me. All right, so we're looking on the second bar here of redness. Friday was red, and then you got red here. So this is where we are right now in silver. All right, so it got above the Kumo cloud, which is good. These trend lines are starting to come out of the cloud. We could still, bounce from here. I'm gonna call it 1750 is gonna be the first target for this, and we'll see if it can hold and close up there. If not, we're probably just gonna waffle around for an extended period of time, trading between 1650 and 1750. Okay, let me get off of that. Let's get to what we got for the week. Let's look at these pulse waves. All right, you got your sheet Friday night. Hopefully, you guys had a chance to look through stuff and know what it is you want to do, how you're going to operate today. Let's look at the notable rally alerts of note, looking at my in play tab. Of course, BITCF in the Bitcoin space, BTSC in the Bitcoin space. You'll notice that both of these are rallying today. All right. Excuse me. Both of these are rallying. So they're triggering on the weekly. GDXJ has a rally alert also, but it's moving the opposite direction. So we'll see if it can if it'll break out this week or not. All right, and once again, we're looking at the weekly. All right, we're looking at weekly alerts here to look out for. Let's see what else we got notable. In the nat gas space, ticker UNG has a rally alert. And the US dollar has a rally alert. UUP on the cash side and the dollar index itself has a rally alert on it. I don't think we're gonna get one. If it does rally though, I don't know how powerful it will be. I don't think it's gonna trigger us. We need several things to happen. If you look at the sheet from the weekly algorithmic time space, we need a lot to happen, and I don't see that happening. All right. So also we don't have a clear trend going. We got a baby momentum beginning stages, stage zero as far as trend, but it's on the negative side. So it is what it is. Nat gas futures has a rally alert, so does the crude oil futures. So far, the crude oil futures ain't doing nothing. It's up 10 cents. Won't call that a rally. The nat gas is up. No, I'm sorry, down 4 cents. So it's not doing anything there. All right, let's look at crash alerts for the week. Last week, stock market, you know, just got punched in the face. This week we got crash alerts in the stock indexes as well. The Dow, the S&P, the Nasdaq, both cash and future side of things, and also the euro currency. Looking at the FX, it has a crash alert on it. Let's see here. We got a crash alert in GDX. We got a crash alert in Intel. We have one in Litecoin. Nvidia has one as well. And right now, Nvidia is up almost $6. We hit 162.45, and right now it's at 161.88. All right, the trend still is locked in bullish with bullish momentum locked in as well on the weekly. So weekly momentum's locked in still, and it's still bullish. And I think the market is well supported right now, all the way down to 152.91. So we good right now on that. Let's see here. Got a crash alert on the crude oil futures, and I got a crash alert in Walmart. Steam also has a crash alert. So does Ripple. All right. So let's see what else we got. Bank of America has a crash alert. So does Chipotle. The euro yen, obviously, if the stock market's going to pull back. I have one on Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan, and the the financial spider XLF. The biggest one of note is XIV has a crash alert. All right, XIV has a crash alert, and I need to pull this chart up while we're talking about it. XIV has no momentum, no bullish momentum at this time. Now let's pull this up and see what we're looking like. Now the algorithms are showing you something and telling you something. So let's see what's what. On this daily chart, the market has gapped up $7 on the XIV. Okay, here we were down here on a day. This is a daily chart. We closed at $74.58, and then it gaps up today and opens at $80.26, just punishing anyone who went short. See what I'm saying? This is how they do. But let's pull up the weekly. Let's see what we can see with the naked eye versus the algorithm. This is your weekly. All right. So methinks that the algorithm is ahead of the curve, 3 to 5 bars out, and saying and calling for a setup for the next leg down that's going to get us to the trend line of $65.23. Now, looking at the pulse waves on the weekly for this particular one, we don't have an entry point. Just so you see that there's no entry. All right, the market is far away from the market. The market needs to do something crazy in order for us to get involved on the long side. All right, as of right now, as of today. Now, when this thing updates at the end of the day, we'll see if anything changes. But as of right now, I don't think so. I think it's getting ready for another leg down. So we're going to be watching this one very closely because we topped out back here. Now, this channel was the only one that called the market top back here. If you remember, I gave you the date of July on or about the July 31st time frame. All right, giving me about 3 to 5 bars of data wiggle room. Here we are on this date, July the 26th. The market topped out. I warned back here. I gave you the time frame. It played out here. All right. I don't know no other channels that was telling you that. I read the post waves and tell you what they say. Not only did that happen, but I warned you about what was happening in the Bitcoin space and the cryptocurrencies. I told you about BITCF. Now that they're coming off board and making it so that you can only exit positions and not put on new positions, it's funny that it's rallying after that. BTSC though was supposed to be the leader, but it went all the way back to 5 cents. Now it's finally up to 13 cents, but still it's not moving right. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, here's the BTSC. When Bitcoin was hitting new highs all up in this space up in here, this thing wasn't moving at all. It wasn't doing anything. Now all of a sudden, it wants to try to break out and get up here with the Bitcoin. It hit that high of 20 cents, and now it's trying to do something. All right. It's possible that people who were in the BITCF are now switching over to here. All right. It's possible. And you don't really have too many choices on the penny stock side of things if you want to get involved on the equity side of the whole blockchain situation. AMD, on the other hand, is still struggling, gapped up today, but it's a gap inside the cloud, and it's barely above the blue line daily momentum, and you got overhead resistance. AMD is still struggling. NVIDIA, on the other hand, has always looked sexy. All right. She shed a few pounds to fit into that one piece bikini, and then you gapped up here. All right. So strong resistance around 163.94. All right. Strong resistance. Methinks this one's about to come back and roll over too. Just keep in mind, folks, NVIDIA has had, a powerful run, but it's still a stock and it's governed by other things as well. Even though it does benefit from the Bitcoin space because it's doing a lot in that blockchain situation, but it's still going to be a little bit more sensitive. On the other hand, GBTC, I told you where it was going to go. I told you it was about to take out that high, the old high back here. All right, that 565, 564 high. And that's exactly what we did today on the gap up. All right, so I've thrown things out there for people to look at. And if you don't pick it up, you can't blame me. I told you. The only other thing that I could have done was giving you access to the post-wave price triggers. And if you subscribe, you already have access to the post-wave price triggers, and you're happy right now because you've been following the post-waves. All right, let's move on. Let's take a look at some notable things that's going on in the world. Traders haven't been this bearish on the US dollar in years. Traders have a net short position of $7.4 billion, the highest since May 2014, according to the Australian bank ANZ, citing U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission data released on Friday. $7.4 billion bet against the U.S. dollar. My. And here you go. Here's your dollar. Coming back down to test that 92 handle, right? Overhead resistance right now is at $93.79 on the daily. I told you guys, they have all the way down into 90 even. All right? That's still $254 pips, points they can go, 2 full points that they can go and still maintain a macro strong dollar policy, believe it or not. They got to have it weaker for the import export. They told you they was going to do this, and that's what they're doing. And it's doing it in an orderly fashion. It's not parabolic or catastrophic fashion. It's in a parabolic state per se, but it's not just falling off of a cliff. It's an orderly fashion. That's how you know they're operating in it. And because of it, they've changed the complexion of the algos. So we really don't have a real strong trend, believe it or not. I'm telling you, looking at the naked eye, you'd be like, no, what are you talking about? I'm not talking about the chart. I'm talking about what's happening in the pulse waves, what's happening behind the scenes in the depth of this market. Trust and believe when I say we're only at a stage 0 negative trend. Yeah, you can build off of this. It can go full blown at any time. But as of right now, it is not full blown. And that's how they want it, where they can turn it any moment at any time. They feel like it. So just be careful if you're dealing with this. Just be careful. All right? I'm just saying, if you're going to trade this, you got to trade it. But don't be silly. Don't be silly. All right, moving along. Morgan Stanley says the euro will be worth more than the British pound. A Morgan Stanley team led by Hans W. Redeker believes the euro will top the pound for the first time in early 2018 amid increasing confidence in the eurozone and uncertainty surrounding the Brexit. Now, who told you about Brexit first? Moi, yours truly. Who told you that the word on the street was that Brexit was not going to happen and that this is all to do about nothing? And at the end of the day, it's not going to happen. They're not going to leave the euro. Yours truly told you that. Now you see it being talked about in the press. Bitcoin burst through $4,000 for the first time. The cryptocurrency trades at 4,215 a coin, up more than 17% from Friday's closing price. And actually, it went higher than that. According to the exchange data, the Bitcoin bested $4,225.36. Yep, that's powerful. Very powerful. Switching gears. As you all know, I am live and direct in the DMV zone, okay? Nation's capital. And you probably don't recall, because I throw so much information at you, probably don't remember. But I'm going to hit you off with it anyway. I told you that the Ku Klux Klan was staging a rally um, some time ago, a few weeks ago, in the Charlottesville area. And the whole thing was supposed to be protesting the renaming of the Robert E. Lee Memorial Statue thing, park, whatever. And I told you live on the Rogue Money Show on the Tuesday Terror Dome edition that, in my opinion, it was just political grandstanding. All right. They were trying to make a point. It was all political and politicized, and that it would be a staged event. Okay. Well, what happened was they came and they did their little rally, their little protest demonstration, and you had anti people on the other side protesting their presence, blah 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 blah. And it was all about nothing happened. No big deal. Well, unfortunately, this weekend it was on and popping. Someone decided that they were going to get in their motor vehicle and drive at an excessive rate and crash into a crowd of protesters and people. That's what they did. They crashed their vehicle into people and then had the nerve to back the car up and put it in reverse and do it again. There was a fatality, and all this happened about on Saturday. Okay, this happened Saturday. Then at the same time on the same day, a Virginia State Police helicopter crashed at a golf course off of Ivy Road in Charlottesville. Not a lot of news came out about that. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the DC metropolitan area, what you need to know is that, yeah, it's the nation's capital, but there's also it's the seat of power. There's a zillion different government agencies spread out all over Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Especially when you get out here toward the Blue Ridge Mountains, you got secret hidden military installations. You got president, vice president, and powers that be flying in, the military choppers flying in formation all the time, flying overhead. There's always something going on, okay? It should be noted that there are other things, in my opinion, and I said this before this happened. I told you on the Rogue Money show that it was staged and politicized. But then you have this drama this weekend, not long after I already gave everybody the heads up that it was political and fake and nothing of note. Obviously, they didn't like that, so they had to ramp things up. And then here you go with this. With now you have an incident now. It should be noted that Charlottesville is a wonderful town, wonderful city. All right, Charlottesville is basically there's two Charlottesville. There's the city of Charlottesville, and then there's Albemarle County. Okay, Charlottesville is nice. It's a nice size. It's a decent area. It's awesome. All right, it's an awesome place. The reason why I said that the whole Ku Klux Klan foolishness was foolishness is because, first of all, what you need to know about Charlottesville is that Charlottesville is a mixed city. Let me break that down for you. The majority of the citizens are mixed families, okay? Multi nationalities, all right? It is not uncommon to see individuals of Eastern descent mixed and married up to people of European descent or African descent or what have you. There's a huge mix of all types of walks of life here to the point where you can't even guess what a person's nationality is because you'll be blown away when you find out that they're not what you think they are. That's the whole city. Another nuance about Charlottesville is that the people that tend to grow up here or they're from here, they were born here, raised here, they tend to never leave. They stay here. So you have generations, all right, that are here. Not to mention the founding fathers, this was their old stomping ground. Thomas Jefferson, hence the Martha Jefferson Enterprise out here. But Charlottesville is considered a UVA town, University of Virginia. University of Virginia pretty much owns all of Charlottesville, pretty much all the hospitals and the university and stuff. They got installations all over Charlottesville. So it is a UVA town. It's a very close knit place, even though Charlottesville is pretty big. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody is either related to each other or went to school and grew up together. And I mean that literally. You think I'm being facetious or I'm using hyperbole? I'm not. I'm not. If you've never been here and you don't know, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Picture Mayberry, but on a larger scale. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody is either related or related by marriage or grew up together, went to school together, whatever. I'm not kidding. It's on that level. Everybody knows everybody's business from Charlottesville all the way to Waynesboro. Waynesboro is over the other side of the mountain. When I say everybody knows everybody, I mean they literally know everybody. Okay? So it is what it is. I'm just throwing that out there so you guys know what time it is. So for the Ku Klux Klan to come and protest here in Charlottesville is sort of like, I guess I'm trying to think of a good analogy for it. It just doesn't make any sense. I can't even think of one. I can't think of a good analogy. That's why when they came here, there were people looking at them sideways like, don't you aren't you in the wrong place? I think you want to go to Gordonsville. That's where you want to go. You want to go up the road a bit. Go up 29 to Gordonsville. You'll be welcome there. Go to Greene County. You'll be welcome there. All right. Go to Greene County. Go to Gordonsville. Go to Madison. All right. Or Culpeper. Okay. Those are the racist areas out here. But Charlottesville, no. Mm-mm. Not saying you don't have ignorant people everywhere. Of course you do. But I'm just telling you what it is, people. Charlottesville is as multicultural a place you can get. All right. And they really chill like that out here. They really get down like that. You go to a family reunion, you'll see like 20 different nationalities at a family reunion. You think I'm playing? I'm not playing. I'm telling you what it is. That's why it wasn't really a big deal when they came here. They were pretty much ignored. But this thing over the weekend is a little bit different. All right, there was a fatality, okay? And it's a little crazy. You do have some things out here in Charlottesville. Charlottesville is just very unique, but it's not so unique that it doesn't have all the other problems that other, metropolitan places have. Charlottesville has had serial killers. Okay, there was one down at the Albemarle County Jail not too long ago. You got a mixed. It has its problems like everywhere else, but I'm just saying for the car incident, there's a lot more to that than what is being told. I would not be surprised if it was an agent that was activated to go and do that to stir up some type of trouble and turn the place into a police state. It's already a bunch of police here. You got the Charlottesville City Police, and you got the Albemarle County Police, and then you got the Virginia State Police. So you already got mad agencies, not to mention all the government agencies out here. All right, you don't need no more police. Then you got the what is it? The what do you call it? The National Guard barracks up the street. So they already up here. Okay, so we already they got it all. You don't need a reason to make it any more of a police situation. So anyway, after this incident happened, the city was pretty much on lockdown. One of the one of the community staples, a place called the Villa, excellent food. They were closed they shut down at 4 p.m. They shut down on Saturday and Sunday. Couldn't even go and get a good dinner. They were shut down because of this foolishness. Talking about they feared for the safety of their people. And again, that place is a staple of the community. Been here forever, and the food's delicious. And because of this nonsense, I couldn't go and get me a good fettuccine alfredo. So thank you very much for ruining dinner. In addition to that, there's been a bunch of hype and videos made on YouTube. People who are not from here, who do not live here, who never been here, and don't know what they're talking about. So I decided that I was going to give you the real and come and break this down a little bit more for you. Um, Also, something else happened over the weekend. So it's like the weekends are just full of buffoonery. They wait until the weekend to do crazy things and announce things. Disney decided to pull all of their content from Netflix, and they decided they want to become a Netflix. Let me tell you about the foolishness of this idea. First of all, let me tell you what it cost me. Because I am a Netflix subscriber, and my little girl, for those of you who don't know, I have a little girl who is autistic. She loves Sophia the First, okay? She went into a total meltdown because she got up Saturday morning, turned on her Netflix like she always does, and wanted to see Sophia. And guess what? There was no Sophia. Disney pulled all of their stuff off of Netflix. So thanks a lot, Disney. Thank you, thank you, thank you for causing my daughter's meltdown on Saturday. You jerks. I hope your stock crashes hard for your foolishness. Let me end it off with this other observation from the weekend. I don't know who raising these Bamas. I don't know who raising these Bamas. But young people listening to me, you need to get a work ethic. You need to get yourself together. I don't know where you thought or who told you that somebody owes you a living and that you just get to exist and not contribute to society and still get a paycheck. True story. So I'm doing my runnings arounds, and when you run errands and stuff, you get hungry. You want to eat something. So I go into the local Subway and order me a sub. Now, on one of my subs, because I'm getting it for the whole family, not just for myself, can't be selfish. And I'm like, all right, look at here. I want some bacon on this sub. But last time it was a little burnt, so I would like for you not to burn the bacon this time. Mind you, there are three young people behind the counter working. When I say young people, I mean people in their 20s. Okay? They might even been even younger than that, maybe 19, but they were in their early 20s. Let's say early 20s. Young, babies, okay? Just starting out in life and adulthood. Still got milk behind the ears, okay? So he said, okay. So he went and he put my bacon in the microwave, right? First batch came out, it was burnt. I'm like, nah, that's no good. You're gonna need to go back and try that again. And so when I said that, he paused and looked at me and said that he had no control over the process. And I stopped him right there. I said, excuse me? Did you just hear yourself? Do you hear what you are saying to me? You said you have no control. See, words have meanings, people. Words have meaning and they have power. All right? There's connotations, denotations, and in betweens. I don't think the young man realized what he was saying. He, when you break things down and draw them out to their logical conclusion, the young man was basically telling me that the microwave was autonomous and self aware. So I said, okay, so you're telling me that the microwave is self aware and operating under artificial intelligence. You're telling me that the microwave has a will and a mind, and it has decided that it is going to prepare my bacon in the fashion that it sees fit. It's going to burn my bacon, and I just have to deal with it. You have no control over the processes. So the microwave is self aware. Okay. And I say, explain yourself. And he was like, well, see, I put it in, I push the button, and then, I said, okay, so let me get this straight. So once again, the microwave is self-aware and it has decided that it no longer wants to be a microwave today and that it will cook when it feels like it and how it feels like it. You have no control over the microwave. So in other words, the microwave is not an appliance that works for this establishment. You, in turn, work for the microwave. And he looks at me with, glassy eyes like Bambi when her mother got shot. That's how he looked at me with horror because he was breaking down intellectually, mentally, and emotionally one of the other young people had to come over as I walked him through the process. I had to then I had to literally, basically, stop being a customer for a minute and put myself on the other side of the counter and become his manager. And I had to walk him through the process of how he could take charge in his personal life and assert authority over this self aware microwave. Let that sink in for a minute. And at this moment, another employee comes over and starts to explain to the young man that all he had to do was, instead of cooking it for 20 seconds, do it for 10 seconds and see how that works. Now, when I was saying that he needed to do that, it was as if I was speaking Chinese arithmetic, because he looked at me like Bambi just saw her mother get shot. I had to walk this man, I had to hold his hand through the process of doing his job. What I want to say is, I think I deserve a paycheck from Subway, since I had to take time out of my schedule to train their employee. I need a paycheck. I need a manager's paycheck for that. What do y'all think? Can I get paid? And can I get my sandwich done right? It's a painful thing where you can't even go and get a decent sandwich in the middle of the day from a place that calls themselves Subway. They're saying we are the king of sandwiches. We know how to make a sandwich. Come and taste our sandwiches. Well, I did go in there and I tried to taste one of your sandwiches, and your employee doesn't know their job. They don't know how to microwave some bacon. I thought we lived in a technological age where everyone has a smartphone. So you trying to tell me the smartphone is smarter than the employee? We live in a land where microwaves are self-aware and they can decide when and where and if they're going to work at all. Microwaves are self-aware. All right, you know what? On a different note, I think maybe I'm the dumb one in this situation. Maybe I am misinformed. Maybe I don't have enough information. Because on another note, my PlayStation 4 Pro decided it was going to malfunction also. I'm trying to do some NBA 2K17. I want to continue in one of my profiles. I have several different profiles in career mode, and I just want to get. I want to get my dunk on. You know what I'm saying? I want to get my dunk on. And my machine, as long I've had it a year now, and this thing for the first time ever decides it didn't feel like working. My PlayStation 4 Pro became self-aware and said, I don't feel like operating normally right now. I don't really have a good reason. I'm just not going to do it. So I took the disc out. You know how you take the disc out, blow it, wipe it on your leg, whatever, put it back in, maybe you think that's it. Still wouldn't work. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe there's something wrong with my disc. So side note, what I do for games that are in my genre, things that like I'm into, I'll buy the disc, but I also buy the downloaded version. The disc is just to have in case, backup, whatever. But I always buy two copies. I buy the discs and then I download it, and that's how I do. So I went ahead, took the disc out, and used the download version instead. And my system was still bugging and didn't want to operate. So I'm like, okay. So not only are microwaves self-aware, but now PlayStation has decided it too now is self-aware and doesn't want to operate, and it's not giving me a reason why I keep getting the error message saying, "I'm sorry, I can't complete the task right now." So I'm like, okay, fine. Let me go ahead and just shut down and reboot the thing and see if that works. And guess what? It worked. So had I not done that, I think my PlayStation would have still been in a state of self-awareness, and I think we're in trouble, people. Our computers and gadgets and devices have now all become self-aware. Yes, I think I like that roar. The age of man is over. Now is the age of the org. That's where we are right now, y'all. This is sad. We live in a sad world right now. So basically, we're all slaves to the machine. The machines are self aware. They decide if they want to work, if they don't want to work. I think Nas was prophetic when he made that song Gun. You guys remember when in the song Gun, when one of the lyrics was the gun was like, I think that I'm just gonna go ahead and jam the next time my owner shoots me. I just think that's what I feel like doing. I don't think I want to work. I'm just gonna jam in his hand, and that's messed up. So we have created things that we have created for our convenience now, becoming self-aware and deciding when and if they're gonna work. And if they don't feel like working, they're not gonna work, and that sucks. Because if you're in a trade and you're in a good position and you want to take profit and liquidate, if your computer decides all of a sudden, you know what? I don't think I'm going to let my keyboard work right now. I'm going to give my keyboard a break. Keyboard told me he's tired. He wants to take a rest. And so if you hit the enter key to exit that trade, it's not going to work. He's taking a lunch break right now. Come back later. Oh boy, what a world, what a world, what a world. All right, that's all I got now, man. I had to get all that stuff off my chest. I had to tell y'all what time it is, man. Um, if y'all got questions or y'all got something for me to look at, hit me up. Let me know if there's a chart you need to look at or something on the post waves you wanna peep real quick. Now is the time. Hit me up. Tell me what it is you need me to know. What you want me to take a look at. And yes, I'm still in the process of getting some more cryptos, but it's a slow process. You know, it's a slow process, but at least we have 8 of them now. Hey, we got 8 to choose from. At first, we had none. Then now we have 8. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the books on options. Yep, those are the best of the best. And like I said, I have way more goodies than that. That was just a little something, something I threw in there just to say thank you guys, and just to encourage y'all along your way. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm gonna be dropping some more stuff in there. Um, I'm also, like I said, I'm in the process of doing another study course, and the old study course is in there too. If you didn't see it, it's in one of the trading room files, the one with all the PDFs in it. So for those of you who didn't get a chance to go through the study course or whatever, or if you just want to peep it, it's there for you to peep. So, yep. I'm just throwing stuff in there, you guys. From time to time, it's gonna be throwing stuff in there. Also, I also put the there is no collapse. I put it into one file, all 11 parts. It's 5 hours long, but I also dropped that in the trading room file too folder, so you can download it. And I think I also put the Fed versus the crypto is in there too, so you can download that. I recommend Media Player because it plays all file types. Okay, so from time to time I will be dropping not only tutorial videos but specialty stuff in there, for you guys as well. And I'm in the process of revamping a whole lot of things. So I'm doing a lot over here, even though it doesn't look like it. I'm doing a lot. I'm doing a lot. All right, so if there's any topics y'all want me to cover, drop me a line. and I'll add that to my list of things to get off my chest. And that should pretty much do it. Got some new webinars coming up too. Basically, I'll tell you this: I'm in the process. I'm gonna re-record the tutorials. I'm gonna redo all of that stuff, and I'm just doing all these things. I got so much. I'm multitasking, folks, but I'm in the process of doing all that stuff. So I'll keep taking things one day at a time, and eventually it'll get done. For right now, though, my eyes on these markets and deciding what looks good today. That GBTC is outrageous, outrageous. I think it's going to fill the gap though, so just be careful on that. Also, the euro. The euro has been very, very, very strong, but I'm still watching that one too, folks, because if this dollar surges out of nowhere, it's going to rip that euro to shreds, and the euro is going to drop below 117. Y'all need to know that coming out the gate, okay? So understand that coming out the gate. That is a possibility, and they can do it and do it on a dime. Also, I'm looking at gold. I know we got that bearish two bar Charlie, but I'm liking it still long here. Um, on the weekly pulse waves, there is no negative momentum at all. None. Zero. Zilch. And we're at a stage one uptrend. And we got locked in weekly momentum. That's pretty slick if you ask me. So I'm liking gold. So I want to put that out there. And I mean the futures. I'm talking about the futures. I'm liking the futures. So we're gonna see what's up. And we'll update. We'll watch the markets today, see what they do, and we'll take it from there. I noticed that the Nasdaq futures did pop. It popped up. It's up 72, and the Dow is up 135. So these markets are trying to erase the losses from last week, and they've already popped. That's a darn good question. All right, what does silver and gold have to close at this week? Let's see where we at. Let's pull that up. It's a darn good question. Let's see here. All right, gold and silver. Let's see what you got. All right, so far we need 1271.30 on gold as of right now. 1271.30. So we need to close for the week to continue that bullish momentum. And on silver, so far as of right now, it's $16.68. That's what silver needs to close at. And it should be noted that it's below the Kumo cloud in the silver, so it's probably going to bump his head around the $17.40 level. So that's where we are right now. Any other questions? That was a good question, by the way. Anybody else? Going once, going twice. Nobody has questions for me? Huh? Nobody cares. You don't care what I think? You don't want to know my thoughts? So we're all good? All right. If anything comes up, just put it in the trading room, and I'll hit it up. All right, I'm out, y'all. Thanks for stopping by with us here, and I'll see you guys in the trading room. Peace and out. The study course is in there. All right, whether you purchased it or not, it's in there for the trading room folks. Okay. So if you guys never got a chance to get one, or it's in the trading room files. I snuck it in there for you. All right. So you got the study course in there. You got other tutorials and manuals in there. Then there's another folder, excuse me, called tutorials, and that's all the video tutorials about how to use the system. and I think I put in some other little goodies in there too. Then there's a another miscellaneous file folder, and in there there's some goodies for you. The latest is on options trading. So I put in some goodies in there for you. And from time to time, I will be adding more goodies. Trust and believe when I say I have no limit on goodies. I have a lot of goodies for you guys. And I'm still in the process of writing another study course as well. So it's a lot going on my end. But I want to also give you the alert that if you haven't peeped it, I uploaded a an updated crypto sheet for you guys. Since cryptos trade 24/7 without a break, I don't have a choice but to go ahead and do one every day. All right, we're gonna have to do a sheet every day now, which means that the one that you get on Friday night obviously is gonna be good for Saturday. Um, and then on Saturday I'm gonna have to upload one for excuse me, for Sunday. And Sunday I'll upload one for Monday. You know how we do. So basically you'll be getting a crypto sheet every day. Of course, the main sheet comes out, just through Monday through Friday, but the crypto sheet is going to have to go out every day. We do have 8 total now. We have dollars. Let's take a look at the chart. But before we do that, let's backtrack. Look at gold. Bearish 2-bar Charlie. This is a daily chart. You see what time it is. You see that blue momentum line. You know what this is. All right. You know what this is. All right. This is blood in the water. And this is enough for the central banks to come in and smash this. So gold is on alert right now on the daily chart. Weekly chart right here, not too much to worry about, but this daily chart is of concern for the bullish landscape. All right, so let's see what happens on that. All right, let's look at this GBTC. GBTC is moving in a very amazing way right now. We just created another gap. You can call it a breakaway gap for right now, but if we get another up bar like that, then it's a runaway gap, and it's probably going to keep breaking up. And based on this velocity and momentum, it's going to break $1,200 and probably keep running as long as Bitcoin keeps running. If this happens, we're looking at 2000 and was it 8 or was it 9? I forget the year now. Somewhere between 2008 and 2011. We're looking at pork bellies all over again. All right. For those of you who have watched my documentary, There Is No Collapse, and been following me for a while, you remember what I told you that summer where pork bellies went lock limit up every day for the entire summer. Lock limit up every day for the entire summer. And right at the end of the summer, it collapsed instantly. And it was crazy. And after that, the brokerages around the United States delisted it, if you will, per se. Not delisting like the CFTC delist something, but made it so that you can't trade it no more. All right, I used to love trading pork bellies. I used to make a killing trading pork bellies. But after that, everybody was like, "No, forget that. We ain't having this no more." So they made it so you can't trade it. Now, when cotton went lock limit up, I think it was 2011, it kept locking limit all summer and went to $360 or something crazy like that when it normally trades at like 60. Um, they didn't say, "Oh, you can't trade cotton no more." They let that go, and then the price, self-corrected and did whatever. But they started looking like this. When you start breaking away like this and running, if we get a run here, that's gonna be all she wrote, fellas. Now you got this gap to contend with, but it can still run. This just means that if it doesn't fill this soon, it's going to run until the end of the summer, and then it'll come back end of the summer, and boof. The rampage right here is strong. All right, you got an extended, elongated valley, but you got a mad ramp right there. And that's just what's happening. So this stock is up $145. Wow. Anybody following the pulse raise right now is trading this. I know you are rich. You are rich and you're loving life right now. That's the power of the pulse waves, people. All right, let's take a look and see what silver's doing. Like I said, I have a lot to get off my chest and discuss today, so let's just bear with me. All right, so we're looking on the second bar here of redness. Friday was red, and then you got red here. So this is where we are right now in silver. All right, so it got above the Kumo cloud, which is good. These trend lines are starting to come out of the cloud. We could still, bounce from here. I'm gonna call it 1750 is gonna be the first 8 cryptos total now. Let's see if I can name them off my top of my head without looking at something. All right, we got Bitcoin, we got Litecoin, we got Ethereum, we got Veritasium, we got Steam, we got Dash, we got Ripple, and we got PVIX or PIVX, PIVX. I'm really trying to get some more. You guys gave me a list of ones you like to see, so I did put out a, uh, a note to the powers that be to see if there's possible that we can get the data on those from the various exchanges. So I'll let you know what I hear back. Hopefully the answer will be yes, and they can make it happen real quick because the cryptos are a little bit different. There's a certain way and certain things that I need, and so far the ones that's on the list obviously are there because they have given me what I need. So we'll see what's up. But for the most part, the pulse waves that just like I told you, the pulse waves are robust. They work on everything: forex, futures, commodity futures, stocks. Doesn't matter. Bonds, cryptos. Doesn't matter. If it's a tradable market, system will kill it. Speaking of killing it, if you were paying attention, if you look over here on the left-hand side of your screen, you will see GBTC is up $147.95 today. Anyone who has been following the pulse waves and trading GBTC, if you haven't looked, go ahead and open up your trading platform and look at your account because there's a huge Christmas present in there for you. All right. And this is a bullish 2-bar Charlie. Bullish 2-bar Charlie alert in GBTC. Bullish 2-bar Charlie alert. This thing is trading at $764. Good morning and thank you for tuning in to an opening bell report. Today is Monday, August the 14th, 2017. The time is about 2 minutes after 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The markets are open and we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to discuss. All right, let's jump into the market data first, and then we're going to get in. We're going to touch on a lot of stuff. All right, here we go. First things first, looking at these markets. The first thing of note is we have a bearish 2-bar Charlie on gold futures. All right, this is an alert. Bearish 2-bar Charlie in gold futures. I did post that in the trading room. If you didn't get a chance to see it, I don't know if I tweeted it out or not. I think I will tweet it out now that I think about it. All right, I'll do it right now while I'm thinking about it. We have a bearish 2-bar Charlie in gold futures. All right, for those of you who are Black Ops pirates, members of the trading room, you know what a 2-bar Charlie is. By now, you should know good and well what a bullish 2-bar Charlie is from a bearish 2-bar Charlie. If you do not, and you have not done your homework, or maybe you're new to this, then you're going to want to check your trading room folders. There are several trading room folders. There's one where the sheets are put in, the daily sheets, and then there's one for files. such as information, manuals, tutorials, the trading courses in there.